Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Utica's very own RN to BSN Virtual Open House. My name is Louisa Miller. I'm a program manager here at Utica College. Today, we also have Christine Cabrera. She's also a program manager here. She will be assisting with answering all of your questions here today. We also have our very own program director, Amy Haver, and she will be discussing her personal experiences as a nurse, give an overview of the program, talk about our scholarship offers, and also help answer your questions. Throughout this webinar, certainly feel free to go to the Q&A window, ask any questions that you need to throughout the entire thing. We will get to those questions at the end of the webinar, so certainly don't think that we forgot about you. Amy, are you ready?
Yes, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. I'm Amy Haver. I'm the director of the RN to BS program, and I want to share a little bit of my background with you. I have been teaching at the college for the past 14 years. I've done a lot of teaching online in the RN to BSN program, but I've also taught in the traditional classroom, clinical, in the lab setting, and in the Masters of Nursing program. Clinically, I've been working as a nurse practitioner for the last 14 years in cardiology. Prior to that, I worked as an RN in a med-surg unit that specialized in orthopedics. And then I also spent several years working as a nurse in the critical care setting. So I just want to share with you a little bit about my educational journey, because I think you'll be able to relate to that. So I am a graduate of the Utica College nursing program, and I can remember in the last weeks of my nursing program having feelings of being unsure what the future would hold. I was unsure if I was going to pass the NCLEX. I was unsure if I was going to get a job, and I was unsure what the orientation would be like and if I'd be able to handle it. So I'm sure a lot of you are having similar feelings. And I just want to assure you that the 3 schools represented on this call tonight have a history of producing great nurses. You've been given the tools needed to succeed. You've shown that success semester after semester, and you will pass the NCLEX, and you will land your first job. So for the next 1 to 2 months, I can really see you spending a lot of time preparing to take that NCLEX exam. In my experience, I took it in June after I graduated in May. That gave me just enough time to catch my breath, get down and study intensely, and then take the test in June. After that, I started my first job in July. And that was an extensive orientation period, which had ups and downs for sure, but I survived it. And I knew early on that I wanted to continue my education. I didn't know what I wanted the end goal to be, but I knew I wanted to get started early on. So I started taking 1 course at a time, and the courses that I had selected were online. So it worked really well with my new job. I was able to balance work and school and have a life too. And I was really enjoying that experience. I was applying the information that I was learning on a day-to-day basis. And an added benefit that I had not anticipated is that I was expanding my professional network. I established relationships with peers, mentors, and faculty that have been invaluable to this day. So for me, taking 1 course at a time was very manageable. It wasn't bad, I could handle it, and the experience was really quite nice. It was very different from my nursing program, where I felt overwhelmed a lot of times with all of the work and the high stakes testing that was required. So moving on to a new degree, to a higher degree, it was definitely a different experience. So why earn a BSN? Well, as I described, I found the education to be practical, manageable, and very fulfilling. I'm sure you've all heard of the BSN in 10. which is a law that has gone into effect in New York State. It went into effect in 2018. And the reason it went into effect was because of the increased demands that have been placed on nurses. With the advanced expectations, we needed nurses with advanced competencies. Because of our complex healthcare system, the advanced technology, and the complexities of patient care and patient management. In addition, there's a body of research that demonstrates the added value of bachelor's prepared nurses in improving patient outcomes. And for all of those factors that I just mentioned there, I think those were the reasons that largely propelled this forward. So in 2020 and 2021, the nurse has been designated as the Year of the Nurse by the World Health Organization. We've seen nurses on the front lines of the pandemic throughout. There has been a lot of increased pride in the nursing profession. With this increased visibility, the public can now see nurses beyond the bedside. They're seeing them in leadership roles, conducting research, making policies. And organizations all over the world are finally supporting the profession, and there's a call for a greater investment in the nursing workforce. In addition, earning your BSN will certainly open the doors for more job opportunities. As the workforce expands, so will the competition, and holding a BSN will position you well when it comes time to compete for those jobs. If you're interested in practicing in an urban area, they are certainly looking for bachelor's prepared nurses in the acute care setting. Our students have been telling us that now for a few years. If you have interest in practicing in a hospital that has a magnet designation, you would also be required to have a BSN for career advancement. If you have interest at all in management, leadership, public health, case management, those are just a few examples of the areas where holding a BSN would certainly put you in a great position to earn those type of jobs.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all that information so far. So I guess the next question that a lot of students probably have is, why choose Utica? So I guess I'd love to cover those points just regarding our CCNE accreditation. We have 25 years of experience with educating nurses. As you'll discuss later with the curriculum, very innovative curriculum with experiential learning. And you'll also get personalized support and advising, not just from your program manager that oversees the admissions process, but also you'll have a success coach that will get you from the start of the program all the way until the end of the program to make sure that you understand things like logging into courses, how to order textbooks, and just making sure that you're overall comfortable. We also do have small class sizes. These class sizes don't usually go over about 20 students. And specifically for these three schools, there's a very generous transfer policy as well due to the agreement, the articulation agreement. And also, Amy will also cover the details regarding a $500 scholarship. So Amy, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, the slide I have right now is about our nursing curriculum. So I'll go over that, and a little bit later, we do have a slide that talks about the scholarship. So what you see here on this slide is our curriculum. On the left-hand side, you probably noticed right away the first 4 items are courses that you've already taken. So those would be courses that would be transferred in. Often our students transfer in a significant amount of courses and credits. Somewhere in the range of 55 to 60 is what we typically see, but these are all handled. All of these cases are looked at on an individual basis by our transfer service department. A little bit lower on that list on the left-hand side, you'll see some of the required courses in the nursing program. On the right-hand side are all of the required nursing courses, and there are 9 of them. Our program runs year-round. We have 3 semesters a year. We have a spring, summer, and fall semester, and our courses are delivered in an 8-week format. So typically, students could begin by taking 1 course at a time, and if they do that, then they get 2 courses done per semester, and they could, usually move through the program by getting 6 courses done per year. We often have students that need to take a semester off for personal reasons or work or family, events that happen. So we do allow that in the program. The students will, stop out for 8 weeks and then come back when life has calmed down and they're able to focus again on their studies. We are a liberal arts institution. We do offer many courses at the college that are geared towards healthcare professionals and that meet the liberal arts designation. So just for example, we do offer Spanish for medical professionals. We also offer care of the human spirit, and we offer an anthropology course that deals with culture, health, and healing. So those are just some examples for you. I'd also like to mention the first course that all of our nursing students start out with, and that's socialization to the nursing profession. We keep this course small. There would be no more than 16 students in your course. That allows the faculty member to give individualized attention to each of the students, to get them comfortable with the program, the learning management system, and to really, give them a good foundation in the program. 2 or 3 other courses that I would like to highlight are courses that have a practice experience associated with them. So you're probably used to the traditional clinical, which is often done in the hospital. We don't have that traditional type of clinical in the RN to BS program because you're all licensed RNs. But what we do have is a practice experience. An example of that is in health assessment, where our students complete virtual interviews and they conduct virtual physical exams. Another course that has a practice experience is population or community-based health. And in that course, students work closely with a mentor and they assess a community, they assess vulnerable populations, and they develop a health promotion plan. To achieve program completion, you must earn 121 credits. And the time of completion does vary depending on the pace at which you take these courses. All of our nursing courses have been Quality Matters certified, which means they've gone through a rigorous assessment and evaluation process before they've been put online for students to take. So that is definitely a highlight of the program, is that all of these courses have been Quality Matters certified and definitely vetted for consistency and a good student experience.
Okay, so I guess a lot of students are now wondering, so how do I apply to the program? So the admissions requirements that we're looking for is we are looking for a completed online application. Your application fee will be waived if you're coming from the 3 schools that we're partnering with. We also will engage in helping you order your transcripts. We will need transcripts from all institutions attended beyond high school, just to make sure that we get to see all of the transfer credit guidelines. We want to make sure that we're helping you get as much credit as you can. We will also evaluate those transcripts to ensure that you have gotten a C or better in psychology, microbiology, and A&P 1 and 2, as Amy discussed earlier. The good news is there isn't a minimum GPA requirement, but we are looking for our students to have a RN license at the time of start. If there's a situation where you don't have your nursing license at the time the program begins, then you certainly can reach out to a program manager and we'll certainly be able to help you.
as a benefit to honor and celebrate our nurses and also to encourage them to continue their education, Utica College is offering a $500 merit scholarships to nursing students from the schools with which we have an articulation agreement. Time is of the essence. This offer is only valid for the fall 2021 applicants. So we really hope that students take advantage of that and register for our fall semester.
So here are your next steps. So if you think that this program is a good fit for you, we would certainly welcome you. So the first step is applying online. Like I said before, your application fee will be waived. The next thing we would need for you to do is to log into nurses.com and download a free report, which is verifying your nursing license. We will also need you to fill out the online transcript release form. So that way we're able to order those transcripts for you. If you're planning on applying for financial aid, definitely the earlier the better, just to prevent any issues in the future. So you can go to FAFSA as well. We are accepting applications for 3 different terms each year. We always have a start date in January and in May. As of now, our next available start date is going to fall on August 30th. And you should receive a response from the admissions department within about 2 to 3 weeks regarding acceptance once you've completed your entire application.
And I just want to add that the $500 merit scholarship, it can be used in conjunction with employer tuition assistance, and it can be used in conjunction with financial aid.
Wonderful. So as far as the online student experience goes, so what happens from the time you start the program all the way until you finish? So essentially, your first step is applying, completing the application with a program manager such as myself or Christine. Once you've completed your application and you've gotten your acceptance letter, we will also be making sure that you get registered for your courses, ensuring that you get into the correct courses. Once you have started on your very first day, or once you have actually registered for your courses, now you'll have access to what we call a success coach. This is something that makes our program really unique, because this success coach, you have access to their calendar at any point to talk about your own plan of study, how to order textbooks, what is your new student orientation going to be like? How do you log in? And they make sure that they're also assisting you with your scheduling throughout the entire program and helping you register throughout the entire program. So you certainly will not feel alone. You will also have 24/7 technology and support. The online learning platform, you have support for that as well. And you'll have an academic advisor. So you certainly will have a lot of different support systems throughout the entire process. We're very excited to help. So Christine, I see that we probably have a couple of questions here. So would you mind letting us know what those questions are so Amy can help us out here?
Absolutely. Thank you, Amy and Louisa. We have several questions that have been posted throughout the webinar. So if you're ready, I'm ready to shoot them by you.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So first, there's a lot of concern about career services. I mean, Amy, could you tell us if there's any career services that the school would offer to student graduates?
Yes, we actually do have a career services department staffed by several individuals who are willing to help the RN to BSN students with interviewing skills, developing or improving upon their resume. Those meetings can be done virtually, or they could be on campus face-to-face. So the career specialists, they are available Monday through Friday, and they have provided assistance to many of our graduates in getting them prepared for changes in employment.
Awesome. A couple of our student nurses here have asked a little bit about the faculty background. So if there's, questions throughout the program. What kinds of backgrounds do our faculty have that, do they have some practitioner experience? Can you share a little bit about who your faculty is?
Yeah, so we have a variety of backgrounds on the nursing department. Personally, like I said, I work as a nurse practitioner in cardiology, but I come from a med-surg critical care background in nursing. Other faculty members, we have a lot of people with a strength in community health, leadership and management, and several adjunct faculty that are still working clinically in the acute care setting. So I think there's a wealth of knowledge amongst the faculty, and we have faculty that change up the courses. So they're teaching, you have an option. It's not like you would have only 1 or 2 faculty members throughout the program. We do have a good group of a dozen faculty members, and you can definitely pick their brains. They're always willing to do Zoom calls or phone calls with our students so that they can have that close one-on-one connection.
Great, lots of smiley face and heart emojis coming through. We have another question coming through. The student says, I've never studied online before. Can you share what kind of support I might have if I have questions or concerns?
I can take that.
Great.
We do have a 24/7 help desk that the students could access. And in the beginning, like I said, we start out with that nursing 311 course. So the faculty member is right by their side going through that course, getting them used to navigating and uploading assignments. So between the faculty member and the help desk, that's where they get most of their support. But before they even begin the program, they do have an orientation or an online module that helps them get used to where to find things in the course. Where do you begin? Where do you find the syllabus and the schedule? So that will be done even before they start their first course.
If you are interested in answering any other questions, or if you do have any other questions you feel weren't addressed here today, or for some reason weren't able to join us today, feel free to give us a call at 866-295-3106, and one of our program managers will stand by to assist you through this process, as well as emailing us at onlineprograms@utica.edu. Thanks, and we see you soon.